with a couple games of experience from last year, how does it help your confidence-wise going into the spring game?
I mean, confidence, not really. I've kind of always had the confidence. We're all three trying to just get better. So, I mean, it doesn't matter how many reps we get. We're all just trying to get better. Spring's not a really the spring game's not a huge deal. It's just to get all the offense, the young offense, to get ready for fall.
What do you feel like was the biggest challenge, getting your first start under center?
Just kind of coming in, not really thinking I was going to play that game, and then getting thrown in, and I was nervous, not really knowing what to do, but at the same time, losing my red shirt, it sucks, but that's what Coach P wanted me to do, and so I'm glad it was me.
What do you feel like was the biggest takeaway from that final stretch of the season where you're thrown into the mix, you get your first start at Georgia State, you get the win, like you mentioned before, confidence being a key factor now. What else have you learned throughout this process?
I just knew it was going to help me for this next year, because I'm going to have experience actually playing in my first college game, and it's not going to be like I'm a coming in redshirt freshman or whatever and not really knowing what I'm doing, and kind of getting those bad games out of the way, which I did last year, so this year shouldn't be a problem.
You and Mason have been splitting first-team reps. How do you separate yourself from this competition going into fall?
Right now, we're all just trying to get better. The reps really don't matter to us right now. We're all just trying to, especially me, I'm just trying to get a grasp on this offense. I know we all are trying to just get to where we all three can win.
Colton, did you get a chance to talk to Matt much last year, kind of get some knowledge from a four-year starter like that?
Yeah, I talked to Matt a lot, not really towards the beginning of the season, because he was pretty zoned in and trying to win games, but towards the end of the season, once he got hurt and Mason went in, he was always trying to help me just in case I did get thrown in. And then when I did get thrown in, Matt was always by my side after every drive. He was always there telling me what to do, what I should have saw, what I should have done. So it was a huge help.
Did your parents have a chance to travel from Lewiston to Georgia State for that game?
Yeah, they wanted to see my first start, so they flew down to Georgia State.
How has that process been for them and for you, having family so close in Lewiston?
They love it. They can't wait, especially for all these now Big Sky games. They're gonna go to every game they can. Now it's all driving distance. We've made those drives before, so they're pretty excited. They can't wait to drive to all the games and watch me.
What was the toughest part about making the leap from Lewiston High School to Sunbelt football and now Big Sky football? You feel like you kind of got a grasp on everything and how this process goes now?
Yeah, it was a lot different from I think the main difference was the practices, because in Lewiston I was only quarterback, so when it was the first string defense, I didn't do anything. I just sat around and messed around because it was high school. Now it's nonstop, running around, doing a bunch of stuff, and you always got to be zoned in, because if you're not and you have a bad day, you're going to get yelled at, and so you just got to be focused throughout practice.
It's kind of helped being in the same boats. The three quarterbacks here, they're all young guys. You're kind of learning this whole process. Is it helpful to kind of be able to bounce things off one another and learn from each other's mistakes?
Yeah, if Mason's in, me and Dylan are in the back helping each other, looking out, getting mental reps. And then it's the same thing for when I'm in, Mason and Dylan, and it's the same thing when Dylan and me and Mason are always talking. We're always talking, trying to get each other all ready, just in case if Dylan starts next year, we want him to be the best so he can win games, and it's the same for everyone. Whoever starts, we want them to be the best they can be to win games.
One of you guys is going to have to lead. Is that something you can actively work on in spring, or does that just happen?
No, we're all trying to lead. We don't really we're all trying to get vocal because we all are young and everyone's older, and it's kind of weird, but that's our main point coming into practice for all three of us, is to make sure that we bring the energy to get the whole offense going, to have a good day.
with kind of cycling through the quarterbacks last year, Matt, Mason, then you, have you had a chance to develop a chemistry with these wideouts, especially guys like Dave and DJ?
Yeah, the last 2 games that I played, Dave was kind of my main guy, so I got pretty used to him, especially during the practices. And when beginning of season, me and DJ and Jeff and Cottrell, we'd all come out here on Mondays when we weren't practicing, and we'd throw because we knew that it was going to be us and that we had to get used to each other. And now it's really nothing too crazy. I mean, we all throw to everyone. So
how is this spring different than last spring when you know that one of you guys is going to start, but you're not playing behind before you start?
Yeah, for last fall, we were all me and Dylan came in just trying to learn the offense, and it was a lot different. But now we're still trying to learn the offense, but we know that it's going to be one of us, so we all got to lead and get ready for that fall.
Pete, you got anything else? Good. Thanks, Cole.